Studio today. You've been on the county commission how many years now?
12 years.
12 years. Now you guys are talking right now, possibility at least, of raising taxes. Where do you stand on that?
Well, absolutely against it, because I firmly believe that we could work through this and not raise taxes in Guilford County.
Now, if that's the case, you're going to have to find some place to cut. Have you thought about any particular place where you would cut spending?
Well, there's several places in county budgets to cut taxes. It's a matter of what services you want to provide and at what level.
Well, but if you're going to be looking at I think they said, what, 4 cents maybe even a tax?
Roughly, yes.
To make up that difference, you'd have to find something fairly significant. Can you name at least one program where you think perhaps you could make some cuts?
Well, we always have human resources that's rather large, that we have lapsed salaries that come in, and we're always taking technology and bringing it into play, which reduces some of these vacant positions, and that would be a large chunk of it right there.
Now, if you were to go to Congress, there would be some negotiations going on. Are you willing to negotiate with Democrats over issues such as taxes?
I'm willing to negotiate and debate with them over taxes, because out here in business, living the dream, if you will, I mean, we see what the impact is. I think Congress is totally disconnected with the citizens, and that's my reason for running, is to go to Congress and make them understand that your overburdensome taxes is the reason our unemployment is so high. It's the reason that the banks are the way they are, and that businesses are struggling the way we're struggling.
Now, you have said that Howard Coble has been there for a very long time, and basically you've said that he's burned out. You don't feel that he's still up to the job. Why don't you think that he's ready to go back?
Well, you know, when someone takes on one of these positions, typically they're going for a reason. That's to fight. Many years ago, that's exactly what he went to do. And in the political arena, they would call that the fire in the belly. And I would tell you that he just doesn't have the fire in his belly. It's status quo, and status quo is not working anymore. You can look at the unemployment rate today. I mean, actually, he mailed a mailer today that says send him back to Washington and he can fix the jobs market and create jobs and help small businesses. Well, you've been there 28 years. Why are we in the fix we're in? If you can do this, why haven't you done it? I just don't think that he's as interested in the job, working as hard as it needs to be worked to bring back the response to the citizens.
Now, you've also said that you believe it's a two-man race between yourself and Howard Coble, and that Bill Flynn is the odd man out. Why do you feel that?
Well, first, the folks need to realize Bill Flynn doesn't even live in a district. While the Constitution allows him that lateral, he should be transparent and tell folks that he doesn't live in a district. And why would the citizens of District 6, especially 8 of the 10 counties are going to be electing a new congressman, why would they elect someone out of district that doesn't have their concerns at heart? I mean, the 5th district is where he lives, in Virginia Fox's district, and certainly if he were to be elected, which I don't think there's a slight chance of that, but if he were, then there would be 2 representatives in the 5th district, and I think that would just be an unprecedented case of representation, if you will, for the 6th district. And I think these folks are very savvy of what they're up against and what they're looking at, and I think they're looking for experience, they're looking for results, and they're looking for someone that's going to go to Washington and fight for them, and I'm that man.
All 3 of you candidates are claiming to be the most conservative. Why is that? Make your case for why you think you are.
Well, I will tell you that our congressman voted for the debt ceiling, and that's certainly something I wouldn't do, because I believe that the Congress needs to conduct itself more responsible. If it were a necessity, that's one thing you would look at, but just to do it because it's there is not something I would do. Mr. Flynn, there's no way he could possibly call himself a conservative, because he's never made a vote. He's never served on a local board. He's never served as an elected official. He doesn't have a record of doing anything other than talking. Well, thousands of people out here do a lot of talking, call themselves conservative by value, but what will they do under pressure? Until you've sat in front of 300-400 people and actually made a vote, I think that it's really unfair for you to call yourself something that you don't know that you really are.
Now, the Guilford County conservative group, the Tea Party folks, Conservatives for Guilford County, came out with their support today, who they're going to back. They didn't pick anyone in your race. What was your reaction to that?
Well, I think that their primary focus is on local races. I think that they have dove into the Board of County Commissioners, and they've realized the impact that local government has on everyday lives and the state legislators and senatorial races. And I think that this is where they're wanting to put their focus in things that are going to have a more direct impact on them.